All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tony Martinez of the CDPE. This is the first time we hold an official training program for the CDP Advanced program. And this is something that we're planning on doing once a month going forward on a variety of different topics so that we continue to add more and more value to the advanced marketing package. Today, I get to do absolutely nothing. So I am so thrilled that I can just kick back, relax, and let the masters do all the work. We have Brandon that's all the way. I think you're in Los Angeles today, Brandon. You stay a moving target, I know. So you go ahead, you're in Los Angeles there. And he's going to be explaining the marketing collateral materials, which I think a lot of the members right now have been a little slow to embrace. And the reality is you have to embrace it because it's going to help you to drive traffic to this gorgeous website that we've either built or are in the process of building for you. And then we have Jeff is here as well. I don't see him on camera. Maybe he's hiding. He's somewhere. And he's going to be talking about the search engine optimization and what you can do to go ahead and make sure. He's a whiz at this. So at this point, Brandon, it's all you, brother. I'm just going to sit back here in the background. I'm recording it. Afterward, I'll send it out to everyone in fact, we're going to send it out to the entire advanced membership group so they can go ahead and take part of this. So away you go.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. I also have my partner in crime, Tammy, online with us here, so she can help answer questions. This is my 30th year in real estate, Tony. Can you believe that? 30 years in real estate. So, there are a couple reasons we have gone this direction with CDPE Advanced. And one of the primary reasons, to be honest, is meaning if I have my real estate agent hat on, it's not easy coming up with content. It's not easy coming up with a right topic or a good topic or a time appropriate topic so that you can have better conversations. Because right now, what most agents do, whether they farm or market, it's pretty common across the board that should be the local expert in what's going on in the market. And so this isn't to take away from the general responsibility you have to be the economist of choice in your area, right? So you still should be doing those things. What we're trying to do is create a little bit more of a niche for you, as well as give you an opportunity to have different conversations than most agents are having. So every month is going to be a topic geared towards your investment in being a certified distressed property expert. And that's an all-encompassing thing. And unfortunately, there's not just one magic bullet in this business. It's a collective of things. And it does start, right, with hopefully you doing one of two things really well, and hopefully both of them at some point in your career extremely well. The first is, what are you doing with your current database? What are you doing to nurture them? What are you doing to reach out to them? And the second part of that is, how many new people are you meeting, right? So we should be growing and feeding our database as well as nurturing our database and staying top of mind with folks. So in addition to, that, right, we got to have good copy and good conversations. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and just let me know if you guys can see that okay. Give me a thumbs up or a little shout out. You guys can see that okay? All right, perfect. And the goal behind this, right, at the end of the day, is for us to give your audience a reason to reach out to you. Now, I know Jeff is going to do a little bit more on your website, and this is your dashboard, because really effectively for all the rest of the marketing kit, this is going to be your access to getting all of the great deliverables that you get at the first of every month. And where you're going to start with that is over here where it says February marketing campaign, which is the current campaign that we have. A couple things are going to happen. So if you're brand new, this might make sense. If you're not brand new to this and you kind of already have an understanding of how this goes, I apologize. It won't take that long to get through. But basically, I want to access all of these deliverables right now, because we're getting this up and running. The first page you get to, and you can bookmark this, is either you're going to get started now And the first thing that you have to do after we get your website up and your dashboard done is you're going to have to click right over here, any of these campaign links. And the first thing it's going to do is take you to either get started or log in. So if you haven't been here yet, you're going to have to click the get started page, and that's going to open up another tab where you're going to have to pay $1. And I know that's a lot of money, but we do have a financing plan available for you. But it's $1 to get into this system, because this system is where we are going to manage all of the deliverables and the assets for your monthly membership. And once you do that, you're going to receive an email, and in that email is going to give you a welcome, and it's also going to give you your username and a temporary password when you first log in. If you don't select that, you've already done that, which is great. We welcome you to it. We're going to be going into the login now section, and this should be the portal. This is probably the one that you're going to want to bookmark the most. And again, either way, you're going to be getting either from your dashboard directly here, or if you bookmark this, this is where your starting point is going to be. So any questions on any of that at this particular moment? I'll make sure you guys are all good with that. Everybody good? Okay, lively group we have here today, huh? All right, let me go ahead, and I was going to use a temporary one, but I'm going to go ahead and wait, and I apologize. I need to get I don't even have my username and password. Let's do this. Wow, Tam, what did I do with it? Is it on our... I usually have it saved, and I don't today. All right. Jeff, do you want to add anything from the website while I'm doing this real quick?
We could talk about the Super Bowl if you just need to buy some time.
No, I'm gonna log in real quick. But
go ahead, Jeff.
I don't know. I'm just really excited to be here because CDPE is awesome. And when I got my CDPE website, it took me, I think it was about 3 weeks to end up on page 1 of Google, which was for the entire state of Hawaii. Now, I know Tony wants me to say this. It's different for every area, but hey, it's possible. Mm-hmm. And so I have a challenge today. And the challenge is, because I'm serious about this, when I show you guys what I'm going to show you, if you do it, the first one to get there and then notify Tony, I made it to page 1 of Google, and I'm going to give you the post, you could be there really quickly. You're going to get a 45-minute session that I usually charge for with me to look at your entire business. So
love it. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Jeff. All right. So once we log into our portal over here, you can see the primary thing that will always be here is your CDPE Advanced Information and Help Guide. And when you click this to access this section of your dashboard, you're going to have some instructional videos if you need those, but more importantly, you have what's called here an implementation guide. And every time you click on one of these buttons, it will automatically download it, and it'll put it right into however you have your system set up to download. And this is a PDF that will show you each one of these plans. Excuse me. Oops, I gotta go back to my dashboard. It will show you, are we going home or are we not going home? Well, hey, how's that working out? What the heck? My profile. Well, that's not it. Huh. Well, we lost the tab. Let's go back in. It'll show you how to leverage each one of these particular modules. So this is the February 2023 campaign, and you can see that the theme is called Equity Resurgence, the Great Home Resurgence of Equity Tony has mentioned this numerous times, there are people you're going to be meeting that might be in some type of distress, but they still have equity. It might not necessarily be a short sale, correct? So through this particular dashboard now, you can click your February assets, and every one of these has a deliverable for you, starting with the calendar. So if you're not quite sure what and how to schedule certain things on your calendar, then this is going to be a great step for you to get to that point where you can demonstrate. Or if you have a staff member, or if you have anyone who's going to potentially be helping you, every month it's going to tell you at least which particular day we recommend you submit or at least extend to your audience one of these deliverables. So you have a flyer, generic flyer that can be used at open houses. This generic flyer is specific to, doesn't have your brokerage. It doesn't have any of your branding. It's a great giveaway. It's a great lost lead. And more importantly, if you want to customize this flyer, now you're going to, there's a link where you'll have access to use this template. And from this template, when you open it up into a free account at Canva, you will have the ability here to go ahead and add your photo, change your name, go ahead and add your phone number, email, and hopefully your website that you've created and your URL that goes directly to the landing page that we've created for you. So what's really nice about all of this is, again, you're going to have social posts, you have an email template, you have handwritten note templates. If you're not sure what to say and how to do it, it's all here. I think the key to this is getting a new habit and putting this stuff on your calendar. And this is what you need to do to create a touch. What's interesting, what we've found through all of the testing of all of these deliverables is most agents find their top 3 to 5 things of these items only, and that's what they focus on doing, which is great. But the reason we've developed this is because we know that if you learn how to leverage each one of these tools and you incorporate it into your monthly routine, you're going to meet new people. You're going to find someone in your database who happens to know somebody who might be struggling. And the whole idea is you're providing value through education. You're giving them updated information. More importantly, you're top of mind and you're in front of them, hopefully more frequently than you have been. And whether you're doing an open house or you're door knocking, there's something in here that you can use as a resource to talk about, right? The type of market that we've been in and where we're going. So far we've had several campaigns. This is our 3rd campaign in February. The March campaign will be rolling out. The topic for March is going to be forbearance. So it's going to be another great talking point for homeowners that have been in forbearance. I've mentioned this to Tony a couple times, just so you guys know there's over 17% of people with a mortgage in the United States that went through forbearance of some kind, which means whatever they decided not to make payments on, right, got pushed towards the end in the balance. And so there are some people who might not even have equity, believe it or not. So being in the know and being the go-to expert, I think, is really critical for you guys. So just wanted to walk through and make sure you understood the steps that we're here for you in order for you to take advantage of these assets. So any questions, comments on any of this so far? How hard has it been to download it? How hard is it to implement it into your world? Because I know how difficult that can be, creating a new habit. And before I forget, a lot of this is also designed for whatever channel you're using for marketing, whether it is social media, whether it's door knocking, farming, open houses. The whole goal is to also lead capture and direct them specifically to your website. That's the whole goal. The whole goal is for us to complement the robustness of the website that you've got, in addition to some of the great marketing materials that you're going to be able to market with.
Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly has a question.
Yes, Kelly.
She posted it in the chat.
Oh, can you search in Canva and find that flyer without going through the site? No, you cannot, because it's a It's a specific template link that we share only with CDPE advanced members. Jana, should we have a Facebook business page to post this to? We just have a personal page. That's a great question, Jana. When you download our implementation marketing guide from here, when you download this guide, it'll share most of the reasons why we encourage that. Facebook now won't allow you to boost or run advertising without you having some type of a business page. So I would encourage, since it's free to set up, I would definitely encourage doing something like that. Ann says, when someone goes to our website and they fill out the contact info, who does that info go to? So Ann, Jeff can probably better address this when he gets to his website section, but once you get your profile set up in your dashboard over in this area, you'll be able to have that information forward to an email that you put in there, and Jeff can explain that a little bit more. So any other questions regarding this? So I would really appreciate someone just giving some feedback. What do you think the most difficult thing is when it comes to marketing for a real estate agent?
Doing it consistently.
What does that mean, Jana?
Having a set schedule when things are going to happen and
Right.
that's the purpose of your calendar, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, right? So Tammy and I have a team in Los Angeles, and it's interesting, right? You get busy and you say, okay, I'm going to do a little bit more in social media, and I'm going to send out some newsletters, and I'm going to do a little bit more. And then Tammy and I look at each other and are like, great, well, what are we going to send? So then we got to think about, well, what is it we're going to send? And then we got, well, then how are we going to write it? How are we going to put it all together? Let alone exactly what you just said, Jana, let alone, trying to implement it. Sometimes it's just, what am I going to send? So we're always looking for an easy button. And I think the goal here is there's no one really providing the content copy that we have, the topics. This is at some point just going to help you with some credibility and some confidence, and hopefully be that go-to person because of the level of the content. But it is really hard to change that habit of implementing stuff, especially when we've been in a relatively easy market. Janet says the most difficult thing for me is spending so much time simply figuring how to do things, even before the calendar issues. Yeah, I think it is a struggle, and you spend this time to create some activity, then you get the activity, you do the activity, and then you got to go back and create more activity again. So we get into this vicious circle. So we're trying to provide that consistency for you guys. And as Tony mentioned at the beginning, what we don't want to have happen is we don't want you guys to go, it doesn't work, when we know it works. It's just you're not implementing it. So we want to do a better job of making sure we're an ally with you to get some of this stuff implemented and up and going. So, all right, if there's no more questions on that, I'm going to stop share, and Jeff, I'm going to let you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Janet. Yeah, I have one more quick question.
Yes.
Is there a third-party program that we can set up our social media post? Like one day, 6 hours we devote to whatever's going to happen for the month. Is there something that could work to make our life easier? Probably,
and we're actually talking through what else could we do to help you guys push the button on this stuff for you. So if you stay tuned for that, I think we might have some solutions for you, Jana. And then Debbie, I think you had your hand up.
I did, thank you. The materials are excellent. I have a marketing gal who took the February postcard, and we're noticing that our printer's giving us a little bit of pushback. So just wanted to pass along to you, the stuff is running too close to the bottom and too tight on the top, and we have to try to just kind of shrink everything a little. So just for the future, if you can just try to keep that in mind. The printer wants some bleed or something.
Yeah, okay.
Needs a little bit of space on. So thank you.
I appreciate that, Debbie. And that's the kind of feedback we really, really love to hear, because we want we don't want this to be frustrating. We want this to be a plug and play thing. So we'll make the adjustment on the March postcard. Thank you,
Perfect.
Debbie.
Thank you.
Jennifer, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. And I wanted to follow up on that last comment. I've noticed in Canva, as I'm trying to add my personalization and websites to things, there's just not quite enough room because our web domains have become so long because we're out, we're out of names.
Yeah.
And so I'm having to take that type down to like 8 point just to squeeze my web domain and get my website and email address in there. So that was just another, as we're altering the, getting this going here, that was
Yeah.
just another thing that I noticed.
Okay,
Thanks.
well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that feedback as well. Again,
Yeah,
we want to accommodate.
leave the W's out. That'll give you a little bit of space. We no longer need to use the www. These are all hyperlinked. Everyone, the browsers are so smart anyway, they already know where to go. You just have to type the domain name in. So, I've been an advocate of just not using www anymore. Just put yourdomain.com. And usually it's going to be hyperlinked. If it's in the electronic version, it's going to be a hyperlink back to the website anyway, right, Brandon?
Yeah, and you're still using WWF though, aren't you, Tony? Yeah.
That's not, hey, ageism is not allowed here, okay?
Okay.
Respect your elders.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can definitely save some character space there. But we can absolutely make an adjustment so that there's a little bit more room for those longer domain names. Not a problem whatsoever. So good feedback. Appreciate
Mhm.
that. All right. Well, if there's no other questions on that, and again, I thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jeff Gale.
Hey, Jeff, before you get going, folks, I haven't shared this yet with anyone. You're the first, but I just posted in the chat area a very, very good detailed report from Black Knight. They really get into data. So if you like crunching numbers and you like to get into what's going on with defaults and delinquency rates, how many people are in forbearance, what status they are in forbearance, I just put the URL in the chat area for you to go ahead and take a look at. I think it's important for you all to realize that people are waking up to the fact that there is something happening there. There's a whole lot of folks in denial, but today I received an email from the Florida Association of Realtors talking about the increased number of foreclosure filings because Florida, I believe, is third in the country. So it's finally being addressed that there is a foreclosure issue, that there are more and more foreclosure filings that are taking place. So, it's finally, and I'm not saying that people are to the point where they understand how big it's going to be, but at least they're realizing, yeah, there's a heck of a lot more foreclosures now than there used to be in the last 2 years, and there's no reason to believe there's not going to be more. So I just wanted to share that. And Jeff, take it away, sir.
All righty. Can you see my screen okay?
Yep.
Aloha. Aloha. You guys are winding up your day and I'm just starting over here in Hawaii. So I've been up since 4 a.m. on webinars and all, but welcome to everyone. My goal is to over deliver for you today. I'm going to go really fast because I want to cover a lot. So you're going to probably have to go back and watch the video, but my goal is to help you drive leads to your website. I do need to say this. It's not an overnight way to do things. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight, right? So there's 2 ways that you can get to page 1 of Google. Number 1, you can do PPC or pay-per-click, right? You pay Google, you pay Facebook, and you're instantly on the top of the results. The other way is organically, which does take a little bit more time. But once you get there, it's really, really cool because not a lot of people are doing it in real estate. And by the way, not every website can do it. Most brokerage sites are not necessarily brokerage sites, but sites that you don't own typically are not able to do that. Ours are designed to get to page 1 of Google. So with that, I'm not going to be doing a presentation today, but I do want to tell you what we're going to be learning. So why blog? Number 1. Number 2, the basics of blogging. 3, creating a blog post. And number 4, connecting it to Google, which means setting up your Google Analytics. And then the fifth step is setting up your Google Search Console. Now, really, once you learn this stuff, you're not going to have to be really going back in here and messing too much with the Google Analytics. We're gonna really focus on number 3. Okay. So with that said, like I mentioned, first one to rank on page 1 of Google, just notify Tony and his team. They'll let us know. The first one that responds back, I'm going to verify it. Once you're there, you'll get a 45-minute hands-on training session with me where I'm going to review your entire business. All right, I'm going to put this in the link. Let me bounce out of here. And so this is going to be live training here. So no PowerPoint. Here we go. All right. So from the back end of your website, I just want to cover a couple things real quickly. I'm not going to go into detail here, but just there are certain things. So you can change your home page background image right here on the back. You can enable or disable the video right here. Originally, I had video enabled. I decided to disable it because the site's a little bit faster. It's just the way it is. Video takes a little bit longer to load. Someone asked the question, here's your agent settings. It should have been set up for you. If you want to change the email, agent settings, change the email, you're going to get notified right there. Okay. So that's just a quick overview here. And the other thing is, if you look under crash course, you should be going through this. And some of this we're going to cover, but we're going to still do it live as well. And I'm going to give you additional information. This video is being recorded and it will be added on here as well. All right. So let me shift over to my whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard okay? We're good? Thumbs up, someone? Okay, cool. All right. So this is the website. The website is really the core of everything on the internet. Think of it as your home base. And so you want to drive traffic back to your website. With the back end of CDPE, you have all these tools. They're video scripts. Oh my gosh, we're talking social media, right? Your Facebook page. So use all those tools. What we're going to be focusing on today is blogging, which will get you to page 1 of Google. And the truth is, it's really not that difficult once someone shows you how to do it properly. Okay. But you should do all these things and lead them back into your website. And the goal really of any website for a real estate agent is one of 3 things. You want them to call, email, or text. That's it, guys. All it is conversation starter. You want to just start a conversation with people. You don't want them lingering on your website. When you get a lead, pick up the phone, call them back, and have that conversation with them. Michael, and we'll get into some of these other things another time, but this is the basic structure of how you want to do things. And I'm just going to say this right now. I'm super hot on video. I'm going to give you 3 big tips here today. Video, make video. Number 2, make more video. And number 3, make live video. You can be on page 1 of Google like that. I've been on page 1 of Google for my YouTube videos in 17 minutes. And then of course I lead them back to my website. All right. So let's talk about blogging. So it's super easy to create a blog post. So from your dashboard, you're going to go to posts and you're going to click add new. Okay. And you're going to see this is going to pop up. You can get rid of that there. And then you're going to add a title to your blog.
Hey, Jeff, we're still looking at your whiteboard.
Sorry, forgot to shift there. Okay, let me back up a little. Thank you. Okay, so from your dashboard, you're going to go to posts, add new, and this is where you create your new post. Your title is how you want to be found on Google. Okay. Now, I need to say this. There's information in your CDP back office, such as a blog post, that blog post is an excellent way to get information that is branding information out there. Okay. For SEO, you're going to need to do a little bit more. But those blog posts that are provided for you, all you're going to do is you're going to post it right in here, put your title. Okay. I'm just going to put test title, and then you're going to click this. And I use what's called the classic editor. You're going to click and you're not going to see classic editor, type CL. And now you see this little classic. This is the easiest way to get started. There's lots of ways to do this. Okay. And you're going to simply start putting in your information. Okay. That's just the basics of blogging or getting started, right? Now, what you want to do if you want to rank on page 1 of Google, I'm going to show you mine, okay? So I'm going to go to page 1. We're going to go to Google here, and actually, I'll just do it this way. Let me get out of here. And okay, so this was my first blog post, and this is what I'd like you guys to get started with. I'm going to tell you why it's the easiest way to get going. So I have Hawaii Certified Distressed Property Expert. So I'm just going to click edit. By the way, you can go in and edit these posts. And so what is my title? Ready? Certified Distressed Property Expert. But guess what? You need to make that hyperlocal. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your city name in. That becomes your title. And then I have what is a Hawaii CDPE. And then over here, I'm simply restating in the very first sentence, somewhere in the first or second sentence, this is critical. Your blog or post title, how you want to be found, goes in the first or second sentence. So notice I have it right here. And then I just start putting all the information in, right? Now, by the way, you guys don't even have to type this because I'm going to give it to you, where you can do a search and replace and just use what I give you. And I'm going to do that in just a minute or two, but let's keep going here. So you're going to put in your information, which you, by the way, I write nothing. Leverage the information that's already out there, okay? And there's lots of information out there. So you put in your information. You should have about 650 characters, okay? I didn't type any of this. This all comes from CDPE. Now,
And Jeff,
very
just a quick reminder, we have a sample blog post that's in the monthly kit, and it's right around 640 characters every time. So
yeah, so those that come with the marketing, you could modify those, you could use those as they are, either way, right? Okay. So once you've got your content in, this is just like Microsoft Word, right? You want to put a couple hyperlinks in. What you want to do is you want to take people, you want to create 2 links away from your website. Okay. And, you know, a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, I'm taking someone away from my website. Yes. And I don't like doing it, but you have to do it because you're giving Google what they want. So I looked at the content and I look and I go, oh, foreclosure avoidance. And let me show you what I have here. I take them to HUD. By the way, always take the person to the most boring website that you could ever take them to, okay? So let me show you where I took them to. I just Googled avoiding foreclosure and I took them to HUD, right? So I'm going to show you how to make a hyperlink. Let me write that. Okay, so you've got your text. Okay, right. So this does not have a hyperlink. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to click. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to click this little insert link. and I'm gonna find the link that I want to link to. Here it is. And I'm just gonna paste it right in there. And watch this, click the gear, open in new tab. Oh my gosh, super important. Whenever you take someone to a site that's not yours, you don't want to lose them. So this is going to open a new tab. So we click that and click update. And there's our hyperlink. You need 2 of those. Okay. So once you have 2 of those, I honestly take them to a government site. Oh my gosh. Don't take them to Zillow. Don't take them to your competitors, right? Take them to a government website. Maybe there's something, a local government site for your state. Take them someplace like that. So 2 external links away from your website, and then you need 2 internal links. Okay. And so I'm linking them to content that's already on my website. And it's pretty much the same process. Let me show you that. So here's short sales. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unlink that. So now I've just got regular text there. I'm going to select short sales. And I'm going to click the link, insert link. This time I'm going to click the gear. And here's content that's already on the website. And I'm looking for a short sale. You can scroll down. Short sales explained, right? So this page exists on my website. I'm going to click it, click add link. And there's an internal link. And I did the same thing with foreclosures. So those are the basics of creating a blog post and creating hyperlinks. Let me stop and ask, are there any questions so far before I go further? If you Google, oh my gosh. So Anne's already at top of Google. That's nice. Wow. Okay, so no questions. So, okay. Now you need to add a picture. Super important. Okay. And the picture that you add cannot be a gazillion megabytes. It's a huge picture. Okay. So you have to have a picture that's fairly small. Okay. Now I have the CDPE logo. So I'm going to walk you through how to add a picture. So when you first start, you're not going to have the logo, right? This is what it's going to look like. Now I want to add a picture. So you have to prepare the picture first. Let me go ahead, and I've got a picture in my downloads folder, which is, okay, hold on one second. Let me pull it up. So I have the CDPE logo, and I'm going to show you what I did to make it rank. Okay, where to go here? Hold on one second. All right.
Now I don't feel so bad, and I didn't have my password.
Well, there we go. I got it. This is real life here. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's my CDPE logo. Now, super important. Okay. If you miss this, you're probably not going to rank. City name and your search term, which is your post title. Okay, so and by the way, that applies to every blog post. So mine should be, right, Hawaii. Certified distressed property expert. I already have this saved somewhere. So I'll just leave it like that, but that's super important. Okay, don't miss that step. Okay, when you do that, we're going to go back and I'm going to show you how to put it back, put it on there. Okay, so we're going to go over here and you're going to put your cursor. And for just starting out, I would put every picture right there. And you're going to insert a picture and you do that right up here, add media. Now I already have these on there, but nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and upload the one we just did. You're going to go upload file, select, and then here's my picture named properly, and I've uploaded it. So what is my post title? City name, certified distressed property expert. Because I named the picture properly, it's already put in here in the post title. You're going to copy that, put it in alt and description. Okay. And then insert into page. That's what you need to do for a picture. Now, I do a lot of training and I have people who come to me and they go, oh my gosh, I've been doing this and I'm not on page 1. And I go back and I look, they missed the picture. They didn't rename the picture or they used a giant picture. Okay. You need to make sure, and I would go maybe go into Canva, something like that, and make the picture, it can't be like 10 megabyte picture. I see this happen all the time. Make it small enough. And then you can go ahead and you can publish or update. I'm going to go ahead and click update. Okay, and I can preview what it looks like by clicking right there. And here's the post. Okay. Any questions on that before I go further?
Should I, would it help, Jeff, if I made a little checklist cheat sheet, or is that in their instructions on the website, especially labeling images?
Probably a cheat sheet would be helpful. Yeah, checklist. There you go. What size picture was mine? Let me take a look. My picture was, now of course they can all vary in size, right? Okay, so mine's like 114 KB. You could go up to 500 KB if you have to. The smaller, the better. And this is 400 by 400, which is fine for this. It's just a logo. You see, here's the thing that you want to stay away from. You don't want to be uploading something that's like 4,800 or 3,000 pixels. This is 400 by 400. You could go 600 by 800, 1080 max. Okay. All right. So do we have any questions or we're good? Oh, let me see. There's one more here. Yes. Oh, Tony just answered that. Okay.
I have
All
a
right.
question again. Sorry, guys. So you're using the CDPE website and calling it Hawaii Certified Distressed Property.
Correct.
Can we all use the same CDP, or should we use our own logo? Or what?
Well, I think Tony should probably answer that, but you can use the logo. I mean, that's all part of it. So yeah, I mean, it's an advantage of being a CDPE. You have the designation, but Tony.
Yeah, I mean, yes, as long as you're an active member, a member in good standing, you can use the CDPE logo.
But my
I was
question, my question is, we're calling the CDPE logo Hawaii CDPE, and then I would call it Chicagoland CDPE,
Yes.
and that's
Yes.
okay? Okay.
Well,
Oh.
let me, here's the thing.
Okay.
If you ever seen realtor, the term realtor, you could not use the term realtor in conjunction with a city, right? Because there's no way you can give the impression that you are that realtor for that city. The question is by naming that as such, giving the public that impression. If it is giving the public that impression, it can cause an issue because we can't, say there's one particular CDPE in Chicagoland.
Right.
So maybe we need to word this in such a way that doesn't give that impression.
Well, let me help clarify. I think this will help answer this, Debbie. So what Jeff is emphasizing, if you look at the screen right now, he's in Hawaii, right? That's the area that he works, just like you work Chicago. What we're talking about in the context of this conversation is getting your website to be number one means that when Google sends out their little spiders, they're looking for common things to show credibility to the website. And so if you look at the first sentence of what Jeff has, a Hawaii certified distressed property expert, all he's doing is adding the word Hawaii to the name of this particular image, so that when the spiders come through the website, the spiders are thinking that everything is uniform and matches, and it'll organically push it towards the top. So it's not like the Department of Real Estate is going through the website to see necessarily what the name of this particular image is. It's looking for things that match, like your name, the area that you work, I think are the most critical things. Jeff, am I explaining that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I hope we're okay with this. I mean, Tony, I mean, it's,
Well, I mean, this is the first I come across this. So again, it comes down to how you name the file is no issue at all. This is not a Department of Real Estate issue. Is this potentially an infringement with the CDPE that someone is calling themselves the Hawaii Certified Distressed Property Expert? Is the same as saying you're the Hawaii realtor. You can't do that. You can't put those two together, because they can't say that you are the one realtor in Hawaii. So that's the area that I really got to do some thinking on, in terms of whether that creates a problem or not, or maybe just a tweaking of the type. The file name doesn't bother me at all. That's not an issue. It's what is the message that we're conveying.
Okay, so maybe if I used my own logo that I created saying save your Chicagoland home with a little house with a key, I could put that logo there if it's the correct size, and then saying something about a Chicagoland
Yeah.
certified distressed
Or
property.
how about Hawaii based? What is a Hawaii based CDPE? Or something like that, as opposed to, saying that you're the one specific one for the area, that maybe just the term based in there would make that distinction.
Thank you for the
So-
clarity. Thank you.
Mhm.
so let me see this, because I'm not going to be able to show this to you guys unless we get moving here. And I really want to deliver. Is this okay? Because a Hawaii certified distressed property expert. I'm not saying they are.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to the, or,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, much better.
All right. So let me move on here, because I can get you guys on page one with this. But Tony, you got to be good with it. A Hawaii certified distressed property expert is a real estate
Yeah,
agent.
the minute you added in there, it makes a
Okay.
huge difference.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever logo you want to use. And by the way, I do want to answer the question. Whoever asked, Google says that you shouldn't do this. Let you guys know a little something. Google says a lot of things that I do. Google does not want you to copy the same, but because nobody does this and you're changing enough words, it works. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post a link, or actually I posted it, and let me walk you through this, because I have some resources here. I'm going to show you how to do this. I don't even know if we have enough time. Let's see.
I mean, if you go a
Okay,
few
so-
minutes over, it's not a problem,
Yeah.
because we're recording.
Okay, so here we go. So in this link, which I already posted for you, you're going to find this text file. Okay, and you're going to download it. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. And then what you want to do is you want to open this file up in Notepad. Don't open it up in Word. It will not work properly. And if you'll notice, I have city name, all uppercase, city hyphen name. I'm just going to make a note of that. And what I want to do is to search and replace. So I'm just going to click replace. And let me slide this over here. Now I have city name. Replace that with whatever city you want to rank on. Now, someone said Dallas or Austin. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot in Austin. You could do this for multiple cities, by the way. So Hawaii, I'm just going to replace it with Hawaii, all lower, right, don't make it all uppercase, and then click replace all. Okay, now I have your first blog post for you, just like that. You don't have to do any thinking. You could change what you want. I wouldn't change the first part. Anything else you want to change, that's great. So I'm just going to copy that. And I don't need that anymore. Let me get rid of that. And now I'm going to go to my blog post and I'm going to click new. Oh, let me get out of this one. Okay, so I'm going to go here, right? Post, add new, and Hawaii certified. Okay. Right, there's your title. And then I'm going to open the classic editor. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to paste all the information in. Okay. So that is pretty much it. Now, you need to put your hyperlinks in like I showed you guys. You need to set this right here. Actually, this can be whatever you want. You could change the title. I'm your local, CDPE expert, right? Something like that. You can put right up here. Do not change this part. Be careful changing the first couple sentences, okay? And then what I would do is I would just go through here and make these like heading. Whoop, don't want to do that. Let me back that out. I lost the whole darn thing. Try that again. Okay. So you could take these and you could set a heading, right? So you're going to want to go through here, set a heading, same here. Whoop. Okay, so you're going to just make it look nice, right? Go all the way down. Okay, I'd set the headings on all these. I'm not going to do them all right now. And then you're going to add your whatever logo you want. You're going to go right over here. And we're going to go add media. I'm just going to add that one. I've already got all this information in, insert into post. Okay. And I'm going to click, you can do one of two things. You can save it as a draft while you're working on it, or you can click publish. I'm just, for the moment, I'm going to click publish. And there you go. Okay. So now it's published. I can view it and watch what happens here. Here's the post, right? Need to go back and do all those. And notice there are links down there. Those links are automatically put in there for you. Okay, if there's something that's special that you want to give away, you can add an additional link. I'll show you how to do that. At the bottom here, button text. I want to put my home value site on there. So I'm just going to type home value. And then I'll put in my home value site. Okay, and I'm going to click update. All right, so let's take a look at this post now. So if you have a home value site, personally, I'd put it on there. Now, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Maybe you have something down that you want to be able to download, right? You could easily put that on a Google shared drive and then just click to it. Okay. All right. Let's go here to edit post. See this first couple sentences? Right here, you're just going to take this right here. You're going to copy it. And you're going to scroll down. right here where it says meta description, you're going to paste it in exactly word for word. I've already figured all this stuff out for you and click update. Okay, so that's pretty much it on the blog post. Now we need to set up Google. All right, so I'm going to be real with you. We needed an hour to do this. I'm going way too fast. So what do you want to go from here? I might be able to do 15 more minutes, but there's a lot more to do to get this submitted to Google. Keep going.
Yeah, I would say keep going. I have a call at 3:15, so if you can just stop shy of that, another 12 minutes, go for it. Keep going.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we're just cranking here. Okay, so look, now you've got your blog post. Now you need to submit it to Google. Okay. So how do you do that? I'm going to show you right now. So what you're going to do is you are going to go to Google and drag this window over there. Okay. So you're going to go to Google and just type Google Analytics. And that's going to bring up analytics.google.com. Make sure that you're signed in as the same account that you use for everything. If you have a Google business page, make sure it's the same account. If you have a YouTube account, make sure it's the same Google account, okay? You're going to click sign in. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to admin. By the way, you may have something here. You might not have anything here. I already have something here, which is hidden. If you have nothing, that's okay. You're going to create an account, and I would just type CDPE website. Scroll down, click next, leave all the defaults. Your property name is going to be your website name. So I'm just going to say CDPE website. And then we're going to put property. Okay. And then you want to go ahead and set your time zones. Where is it down? Okay. Right. Okay. I'll just leave that the way it is. Oh my gosh, all this stuff. So make sure and set all this stuff properly. Click next. Medium business, select everything except right there. Do not select that or other. Click create. Now, make sure and set this properly, right? So set that to US. Accept everything. Click accept. And then the last step for setting up your Google Analytics, you're going to go to web. And you're going to put in your exact URL. Now be very careful. Make sure it says HTTPS, the name of your website. Okay. I won't do CDPE. So your website name goes there. Do not put a trailing slash after it. It's super important. Okay, https test.com, right? Your website goes there. And then I would put your website name, space, stream, click create stream. This goes really fast, by the way. Okay. And then grab this right here. Okay, so you're going to copy this measurement ID. And now you're going to go back to your website. By the way, you only have to do this once. Okay. So let me show you. So we're going back to our website. And this time you're going to go over here to design options. miscellaneous options. Sorry, agent. Go to agent settings, tracking codes. And you're going to put your Google Analytics code in there and click Save Changes. Okay, now you have set up your Google Analytics. There's one more step, and that is your Google Search Console. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Bring it over here. Okay. Alrighty. So what you do is you go Google. Just Google Search Console, and you'll see usually it's a top result, but make sure it's Google. Sometimes people pay for ads here, and we're going to click that. Click Start Now. Super important. Right here, you're going to put in your domain name. Make sure and put the HTTPS. By the way, on all of this, I'm going to reemphasize is do not put www. Okay. Click Continue. Okay. Here's the thing. If you've done the first step properly, your site will be verified right about here. So it's going to pop up green. You will not get the screen if you've done it properly. If you do get this screen, there's something that you potentially missed. I can't say for sure. Sometimes Google, it could take an hour for everything to kind of click in. Come back and try this again. Okay. So that's how you set up your Google Analytics and Google Console. I've never gone through it this fast. Any questions on that? I'm going to show you how to do a sitemap here. Will be probably all we can handle. Okay. All right. So now that you have it all set up.
Hey, Jeff, I think we run the risk of overwhelming now. I think for some, if not a lot, it's like taking a sip of water from a fire hose. You know, maybe what we should do is go ahead, and this is something that you can record separately, doesn't have to have an audience, but something that what you're doing right now, it can be done at a pace that's easier to follow. I mean, one of the things that I do is, you know, whenever I have to update my CDPE site for a new event, I have 4 recordings that my developer did for me, and I have to play them every single time, and I run through and do them. But there was a question that was asked about, hey, listen, you know, and it was asked to me directly, and it's a valid question. I never mind these questions. Says, hey, you know, what's the point of having a website if I have to do all this? I've always equated a website to a party. If you're throwing a party, if you don't invite anyone and nobody knows the party's happening, don't expect any guests. So what we do is provide the website, the content, the design, the functionality, the search engine optimization, friendliness. But ultimately, it's always the agent's responsibility to drive traffic to their site. So one way to do it is to have as many sites point to yours as possible. Another way to do it is to maybe invest in search engine optimization. If you're adept at doing it yourself, fantastic. If not, just about any teenager or college student can knock this out for you. And then the other thing is the marketing tools that we're providing for you, because those are the ones that work. You know, if you are not getting a list every single month, every single day, I should say, of people that entered foreclosure and sending them a postcard or a flyer that's going to direct them to your website, you need to do this. So the search engine optimization is the icing on the cake, but it's just one component in a very, very robust marketing campaign.
Yeah, so let me address some of that, and I do need to show you one more thing. The videos are already there. What my goal today is to get you on page one quickly. That's really what I wanted to accomplish here. So obviously we needed an hour for it. Why do this? I'm going to tell you why. Once you're there, okay, first of all, you only need to set it up once, just to let you know. The analytics and the Google Search Console, it's a one-time setup, which really, you saw I did it pretty fast, right? Go back, watch the video, they're recorded in there. I'm going to show you how to submit a sitemap. When you do this and you do it on a regular basis, I'm not going to say you don't have to knock on doors anymore, but I personally, I never, oh God, I shouldn't say this. Tony's agent's listening. But I wait, people came to me and people come to me. I'm in Hawaii. I got 2 seller leads last week, 800 and 900,000 in San Diego. I don't even live there because they found me organically. That's why you do it. It does take time to do it. Let me show you how to do the sitemap real quickly. If you go to your website and then put a /sitemap.xml, this is a map of every page on your website. What you want to do is you want to tell Google that the page, the blog page that you just added, it's all there. So back to your Google Search Console, you're logged in. Once it's set up, right? You're going to go to sitemap, and then you're going to put in sitemap.xml, click submit. And what that's doing is it's pushing your information out to Google. So you can see here, I'm letting Google know that my site has these new pages. And so if you do everything that I showed you to do in there, exactly copy and paste that first blog post, my guess is that some of you should be on page one of Google in less than a month. It could be a week, some it could take a little longer. So I think with that, we'll probably stop there for questions.
I don't have any questions, but I need a drink now. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I think probably a very, very direct question, and I've never been accused of, beating around the bush, is this something that you all would have attempted to do individually anyway? And if it is, the good news is play the video we're going to send you over and over and over again. Or if you are planning on having somebody else do it, send a video to them and say, just in case, here's what you can have done. But, it's just a matter of all of us are going to learn at our own pace. One of the things I don't do is I don't do live computer training anymore, because I can never move past any faster than the slowest person in the room. Because there was always someone that would say, I'll press any key, and they would say, I can't find the any key. So I gave up on those a long time ago. But I think that Jeff has the videos there. If you're going to attempt it yourself, just go ahead and just open up 2 windows and be playing the video on one and be following the instructions on the other.
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, 2 of the videos are already there. I'll make a sitemap video. I'll show you how to post what, I just put up there, kind of break it into pieces. We'll do it that way. Really, like I said, my goal was I wanted everyone on page one, or as many people, like within days. And that's why I was pushing, but it should have been an hour. So there you have it.
All right. Well, listen, I think this is a great start. What we're doing is we're learning as we go. We now know that something like what you're teaching is a standalone program. What Brandon is doing is a standalone program. Look, the bottom line is the content is there. It's going to be sent out to everyone. Make the most of it. And if you have any questions, just email support@cdpe.com, and we'll go make sure that it's forwarded to the right person, whether it's being forwarded to Brandon, to Jeff, or Jordan. We make sure it gets out into the right people's hands. The email will probably go out late tonight. I have 2 more Zooms to do, but then I'll take the recording and then we'll send it out, or go out first thing in the morning at the very latest. My goal is to make sure that I send that out tonight. All right, folks. Well,
Thanks,
listen,
Tony. Thanks, Jeff.
thank you for your time and attention. And again, wait to get the videos. We're not just sending it out to the folks that registered. We're going to send it out to all CDP Advanced members so that they'll have a chance at it. And again, any questions, just email us and we'll make sure it gets to the right person. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Brandon. Bye, Tammy. Take care.